Welcome. This video will explain to you the different features in the Washington Student Achievement Council FAFSA completion portal. This is how you get to the portal. You can go to the WSAC homepage, which is wsac.wa.gov, and click on the link that says the Portal Financial Aid Administration. Once you click on that link, it will bring you to this screen. If you click on the link titled View FAFSA Completion Statistics next to the Public Data arrow, you will see the public part of the portal that has publicly available aggregate data on FAFSA completion in Washington State. The data in the portal is taken from enrollment records from OSPI and FAFSA completion data from the U.S. Department of Education. Only seniors whose OSPI expected graduation year is the current academic year will appear in the data portal. As you can see, this tab, the Overview tab, provides statewide FAFSA completion numbers. For more advanced data tools that will allow you to compare districts and compare FAFSA years, please follow the link at the top to access the more in-depth Tableau dashboard. There's also a school list tab and a district graphs tab. Please note that because this data is public and this is considered sensitive student data, smaller numbers may need to be suppressed. Values of less than 10 students are suppressed and will display as less than 10. The percentage for suppressed numbers won't display at all on the public dashboard. These are the definitions that are often discussed in relation to FAFSA. Submitted means that the student's FAFSA was submitted to the U.S. Department of Education. Process means that the student's FAFSA was processed with no errors. On the public dashboards, you may see other terms such as unmatched, has errors, and missing signature. Unmatched indicates there is not enough evidence in most cases to show that a student has submitted a FAFSA. Has errors indicates that the student's FAFSA application has errors. Missing signature is by far the most common error that takes place when a student or guardian forgets to sign the signature page, and thus it has its own status. Going back to the public data, anyone can access this aggregate data, so it can be a good link to share to people who work outside of the school that want to know the FAFSA completion status of different schools or districts. If you work at a school or at the school district, you can access student level data by signing a data sharing agreement with the Washington Student Achievement Council. Districts must have a signed data sharing agreement and non-disclosure agreements for every user who wishes to access student-specific data. The data sharing agreements are signed at the district's level. If you're interested in getting access and work in an organization such as a nonprofit that works directly with all students in a specific senior class, you can also request to have access granted for student-level data. For getting access to student-level data and getting your employees' logins to the portal, please email us at fafsa.wsac.wa.gov to request access. We will then send you instructions and the appropriate paperwork. If you already have another account, such as with the College Bound portal, you will already have an account username. Signing the NDA will get your permissions added for FAFSA completion portal. If you do not have another account with the WSAC Secure portal, you will receive an activation link once your NDA has been submitted and reviewed. Now let's go back to the portal homepage. If you don't have access yet and want to request access, you can use one of these links down here. This one in particular for the FAFSA completion portal will help get you in touch with WSAC and allow you to ask for access to the portal. So once you do have a username to get into a portal and view student level FAFSA completion data, you'll want to go back to the login screen. And you can log in right up here by putting in your student email address and then your password, which you'll have after you complete the setup process. If you've forgotten your password, you can use the Forgot Your Password link to reset it. Once you log in, you will click on Programs in the top left, and then you'll click on FAFSA Completion. You'll use the tabs at the top to navigate the FAFSA portal. The first tab, the Home tab, contains tables and graphs showing FAFSA completion data for your school and district. The data is unsuppressed. The next tab is My Account, and this will show your user information, which is the information that we have about you that we use to create your account. The Students tab can be used to view your individual students' FAFSA completion statuses. In the last tab, the Resources tab, you will find other FAFSA completion resources that might be helpful. In addition to these tabs, you can also click on the Give Feedback button to send WSAC a secure message about the FAFSA portal. Once you're on the Students tab, this is what you'll see. This screenshot has SSIDs, last names, first names, and birth dates all removed because we can't show that in this demonstration. But when you pull up your student list, these fields will be filled in. Once you're on this screen, you can use these different search criteria to narrow your search for your students. If you have access to more than one school or more than one district, you can use this drop-down to pick which school or district you'd like to search. And you can use the drop-down for school year to change the class that you're searching for. If you're looking for a particular student, you can use one of these 4 boxes, SSID, last name, first name, and middle initial, or any combination of them to find the student that you're looking for. If you're looking for students with a particular status, you would use these check boxes down here to narrow your list. If you have no conditions set and you click the search, then you'll see your entire student list. Once you have your list narrowed, or if you're reviewing your whole list, you can use the export button to export what you see into an Excel spreadsheet. You can use the blue link to the far right for each student to view the details of their record and their match status. When viewing your student list, you may see any one of 4 different FAFSA completion statuses for a student, as we discussed before. These include processed, has errors, missing signature, and unmatched. It's possible, though much less common, that the student's OSPI record and their FAFSA data did not match. If you think that this is the case, then you can get in touch with WSAC staff at fafsa@wsac.wa.gov and we'll help you troubleshoot. Once you click on the View Details link to the far right on your My Students list, it'll bring you to a screen that looks a lot like this. For an unmatched record under FAFSA details, it'll explain that we couldn't find a strong enough matching FAFSA record. Once you're on the View Details screen, if you want to get back to your students list and the search that you just did, you can click the link Return to Students Search. This is a match for record that has errors, but the important thing that I want to draw your attention to on this particular example is that there's the button down here that says Report False Match. It asks you, is this the wrong FAFSA application for the student? Please know that if you see this, it doesn't mean that we think that is the wrong FAFSA application for the student, nor are we suggesting that it is. In most cases, it won't be. We're simply giving you an opportunity, should the match be wrong, to correct it. Here's the detail screen for an unmatched record again. However, in this instance, the FAFSA matcher thinks that may have found a match, but it's just not sure. If you see this blue button, click it and it'll bring you to a screen where you can review the possible match. You can then confirm or deny the match based on whether you think that is or isn't the FAFSA for the student represented over here. This is a crucial step for portal users, as it is important for you to check regularly if there are unmatched students who have possible matches. Another important thing to note is that the FAFSA completion portal matches based on matching criteria such as name, city of residence, high school, and date of birth. If a student is not matching, one of the most common reasons for this is if the student name is not matching enough. You can review the information on the FAFSA application and the entry in the FAFSA completion portal, which is based on the reported senior's name to OSPI. This is the Resources tab. You will see other helpful information, such as links to the FAFSA application, information on the WSPA, and information on the 12th year campaign, which has a multitude of resources for FAFSA completion. If you have any questions about this video or about the portal as you're using it, or about any of the matches that you see or don't, please send the portal questions or problems via email to fafsa@wasac.wa.gov. Thank you greatly for watching.